It was yet another typical day in Ponyville. The ponies were doing their everyday activities. Over in the tree where Twilight Sparkle had her private library, she was busy doing her normal tasks. It was late in the evening, and Spike woke up realizing he had overslept. Spike jumped out of bed and freaked out and ran up to Twilight. "Twilight!" he shouted. "I'm sorry I overslept, but I'm really need to start working. What do you need me to do?" "Oh, it's okay, Spike," Twilight responded with confidence. "I'm giving you the day off today. Now that you're up, however, I kind of misplaced my quill. Think you can help me find it?" "I'm on it," saluted Spike. He started searching the floors. He searched and searched and searched until finally he found the quill. It was located under Twilight's body, at least where she was standing. "I found it," he said as he picked it up. But then Twilight started to giggle because the feather of the quill was tickling her stomach. Realizing she was ticklish, Spike decided to take advantage of the quill and tickle her belly some more. Twilight laughed so hard that she dropped to the ground. Eventually, Twilight used her magic to put an end to it. "Okay, Spike, that's enough," she said. "Now, if you don't mind, I've got some serious work to catch up on." "All you ever do is work and study," Spike moaned. "You rarely ever make some time to have fun." "Don't worry, Spike," Twilight said. "All I need to do is schedule these next 2 weeks, and then we can have some fun." A half hour later, Twilight was finally finished. "Okay, Spike," she said. "So, what do you want to do for fun today?" Suddenly, Spike belched out 2 scrolls. 2 letters from the princess? Twilight wondered. That's unusual. One of the scrolls had a tag received to it that said, "Read this first." Obeying the tag, Spike unraveled the scroll and read to Twilight. "My faithful student Twilight, 3 weeks from today, Counterlot will be holding its annual Battle of the Bands celebration. I would like to invite you and your friends to come to this event and watch over my many talented bands competing in this competition and root for your favorites, or route for your favorites. Please respond at your earliest convenience and let me know if you or any of your friends are interested in coming, and I will send you tickets to the event." After reading the scroll, Spike opened the second scroll, which is a flyer to the Battle of the Bands. Twilight used her magic to tear out the flyer. "Sounds pretty interesting," she said. "I think I'd like to go, and so would my friends. We never turned down an opportunity to attend a big event in Caroline." "So you are gonna go?" Spike asked. "I don't know," said Twilight. "I may need to think about it and tell the other ponies about this and see what they have to say." Suddenly, her stomach growled. Laughing nervously, Twilight said, "I guess my stomach is trying to tell me it's time to eat." "Hey," Spike said, "I'm having deja vu here." "I know what you mean, Spike," said Twilight, "but I don't think this will be quite as stressful as the whole Grand Galloping Gala incident." "Oh, but that reminds me. Today the other ponies and I are going out for lunch. We planned this a few days ago. How could I almost forgot?" Just then, Spike got an idea, but he didn't tell Twilight. Instead, he said to her, "All right, well, you go ahead and go do that." "Don't you want to come along too, Spike?" asked Twilight. "Nah," Spike answered. "You probably need some girly girl time alone with all your girlfriends." "You sure, Spike?" asked Twilight. "We don't mind having you tag along. I'll even let you ride on my back. Maybe even Rarity will do the same." "As tempting as that may sound, I'll have to decline this time," answered Spike. "Okay," Twilight said in an unsure voice as she started to walk out the door. As she was leaving, Spike said one last thing to Twilight. "When you guys are all done with lunch, bring everyone here, okay?" "How come?" Twilight asked, even more confused. "Oh, you'll see," said Spike. Twilight just rolled her eyes and said, "Whatever." When Twilight was gone, Spike closed the door and quickly wrote up a letter and sent it away. Meanwhile, at a local restaurant, Twilight and all her friends were gathered together just as they had planned. "Well, sure is nice of us to all have a big lunch together," said Applejack. "Isn't this great?" Pinkie Pie exclaimed with excitement. "It sure is, Pinkie," said Rainbow Dash. "You always pick the best restaurants." Even though Twilight wasn't as close to Rainbow and Pinkie as she was to the other 3 ponies, she was glad to see the 2 of them getting along with each other quite well. "Say, something doesn't seem right here," said Rarity. "Where is my Spiky Wikey? Didn't he want to come join us?" "Actually, Rarity, he didn't," said Twilight. "He didn't really explain why, but he wants us all to come over to my library this afternoon after we eat. He's got some sort of surprise for us." "Oh, really?" asked Pinkie, excited. "I love surprises." "Yes, Pinkie, we know." Pinkie then corrected herself. "Well, actually, I prefer the surprise ponies, but I wouldn't mind getting surprised myself. I hope whatever the surprise is isn't something scary, said Fluttershy. I hope it's something beautiful, said Rarity. I hope it's something awesome, said Rainbow Dash. Twilight shrugged and said, well, knowing Spike, he's sure to please all of us. Although something tells me it has something to do with this. She held up the flyer of the Battle of the Bands that Princess Celestia had delivered to her earlier that day and showed it to her friends. Naturally, they all get excited, and Twilight began to think about it. Later that day, when the ponies had finished their lunch out, they all went to Twilight's library. Twilight noticed a note on the front door. It read, please knock and wait until I answer the door before entering. Okay, now Spike is really acting suspicious, Twilight said before she knocked on the door with her hoof. Spike instantly opened the door, for he was excited to bring the ponies in to show them whatever he had planned. Hey, every pony, Spike cheered. Glad you all could make it. Come on in. The ponies walked inside and noticed all the band equipment spread all over the library floor. There were amplifiers, cords, microphones, and of course instruments, and they were all set up and ready to be used. Spike, what's going on here? Twilight asked suspiciously. And where did you acquire all this stuff? Well, Twilight, Spike explained, while you and your friends were out, I sent a letter to Princess Celestia saying that they would be honored to attend the Battle of the Bands in Caroline. But I think we'd be so honored that we want to compete in the contest. You what? Twilight shouted in shock. Well, not that I have a problem with that. I'm sure it'll be fun, but where did you get all this equipment? Spike went on. Well, I realized that we had no such equipment here in the library, so I asked the princess in my letter where would be a good place to look. Surprisingly, she was kind and generous enough to send me some time by delivering this equipment right here. Of course, you don't know how I felt when I belched the stuff out. Woo-hoo, it sure was something. I see, Twilight said. This is so totally awesome, Spike, Rainbow Dash squealed. When do we start practicing? Right now, Spike said with a grin. Spike took out a clipboard and began to assign the ponies to their band positions. Now then, since this whole thing was my idea, I'm electing myself as the band manager. As band manager, it is my job to assign you killing wolf. Yeah, where did he learn that? Applejack asked alongside Twilight, who just shrugged as AJ's response. Spike then spoke to each pony. Rainbow Dash, he said, since you're the coolest and most awesome pony in the group, I'm giving you the most awesome position in the band, the lead guitarist. That is awesome, all right, said Rainbow Dash. Spike went on. Applejack, as the country girl, I am assigning you as the rhythm guitarist. Fine by me, said Applejack. Rarity, Spike continued, since you're a very beautiful girl, I've given you the most beautiful sounding instrument in the band. You'll be the keyboardist. Rarity giggled flirtatiously. Spike continued. Fluttershy, I know that you're shy and don't like to do very much, so that's why I'm assigning you to be the bass player. Fluttershy just nodded. Now, Pinkie, I know how much you love to have fun, so that's why I feel you'd be more appropriate for the drummer. Woohoo! Pinkie cheered. I love the drums. What about me, Spike? Asked Twilight. All the instruments have been taken. Am I not good enough for you or something? Spike was shocked at this, so he answered Twilight. Twilight, of course you're important. In fact, you're the most important pony here. You're the leader. That's why I assigned you the most important position in the band, the lead singer. Oh, said Twilight. I guess that does make sense. Thanks, Spike. The other ponies admitted that Twilight did have a beautiful singing voice. Comfortable with their positions, every pony decided to practice with their instruments to get used to them and get in tune. That night, after the other ponies left Twilight's library, Twilight spent the evening writing a song for the band to play. The next day, everyone arrived back to Twilight's house. They decided to have rehearsals every day around the same time. Of course, they had to work around every pony's schedule, like Applejack's duties with their family, Fluttershy's feeding time with their animals, and Rarity's appointments. Like all bands, however, the ponies did have some hard times with each other during the rehearsals. At one point, Pinkie started playing out of control so loud that nobody could hear anything else but the drums. Pinkie! Twilight shouted as loud as she could. Pinkie stopped. Yes, Twilight? She responded. Pinkie, you're playing too loud, said Twilight. Aren't I supposed to be loud? Asked Pinkie. I am the drummer. Or am I It's not that, said Twilight. It's just that you're playing so loud that nobody else can hear themselves. Just play normally and also stay on beat. You and Fluttershy are the rhythm section, so it's your job to make sure we keep the rhythm of the song. Okie dokie dokie, said Pinkie with a smile. Twilight then trotted up to Rarity and said, Rarity, play me a C minor. Oh, what's that? Rarity asked. Twilight groaned. I don't get this. Every pony I know who plays the piano can play all these beautiful concertos, yet they can't identify a single chord? I know what you mean, Twilight. I know what you mean, Twilight, said Rainbow Dash. I don't get how every pony seems to know how to play full Elise on the piano when I can't even play a darn thing. Although I am wicked on guitar. Now that you brought that up, Dash, said Twilight, let's try your solo. You ready for that? Ready to rock and roll, Twilight, Dash answered. Twilight counted off the beat. Everyone played with Dash playing her solo on the guitar. Unfortunately, she got so overwhelmed while playing that she went out of control. In fact, so out of control that the others were forced to stop while she kept on going. Realizing she was the only one playing, Rainbow Dash stopped and noticed the other ponies glaring at her. She gave a nervous grin. You know what? Said Twilight. Forget it! If you ponies aren't going to take this seriously, then I'm quitting the band. Me too, yelled Applejack. I'm not going to settle with any of this here mumbo-jumbo. Oh, I don't see any need to be here either, added Rarity. Well, if you guys aren't playing, then I'm not playing either, shouted Pinkie. Oh, yeah? Rainbow butted in. Who's the one who was playing so crazy all the time, huh? Oh, that's funny, coming from somebody who does the same exact thing, countered Fluttershy. The arguments between the 6 ponies continued until finally Spike broke out the argument by yelling, Quiet! Everyone stopped except Pinkie, who was saying something completely random, but then she shut up. Listen, guys, she said. Arguing isn't going to get us anywhere. The Battle of the Bands is just a few days away, and we still need to practice. So please, could we all just get along with each other and stay focused on the song? You guys have been close friends for as long as I can remember, and I really don't want to see you guys break up. Believe me, we can get a performance they'll never forget. All you guys need to do is work together. All the ponies heard Spike's words and took them into account. Spike is right, said Fluttershy. We did get a little out of control. Yeah, I guess I did get carried away, said Rainbow. Ditto, said Pinkie. I shouldn't have lost my temper, said AJ. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't believe I let my egotism get to me again, said Rarity. Okay, girls, said Twilight. Let's get back to rehearsing, and let's work together to get those ponies a performance they'll never forget. Yeah! Everyone cheered, and they all went back to rehearsing. Eventually, the big day came. Spike and the 6 ponies were taking their train up to Counterlot while a team of roadie ponies delivered their equipment up to set up on the stage. Every pony was really excited at first, but once the event started, they started getting nervous. Okay, girls, said Twilight. After this act is finished, we're out. Is every pony ready? As ready as I'll ever be, Twilight, said Applejack. I'm ready to rock this joint like there's no tomorrow, cheered Rainbow Dash. Although I wonder why we're going last. Well, Rainbow Dash, said Rarity, they do what we say, the best for last. I'm a little scared, said Fluttershy. I hope I don't make a fool out of myself. Pinkie Pie was nervously running in place on her hind hooves. I think I've got butterflies in my tummy, she said. I should let them out before they get digested, and fast! Pinkie let out a humongous belch, and a few butterflies blew out of her mouth. Ah, she sighed. Now I feel much better. Spike came in and talked to the ponies. You guys will be great, I promise you. Even if we don't win, at least we still have fun. Just remember everything I told you, and when we did rehearsals, and I promise the show will rock. The band that was on had just finished their song. Once they left, the girls all got into their places. Princess Luna walked onto the stage. She announced, And now, mares and stallions, we have our last act of the night. This band was a last-minute entry, but they're ready to close the show for us. It's a band of 6 ponies all the way from Ponyville who are here for the first time performing for our annual Battle of the Bands. So, without further ado, let's all give it up for the Twilight Sparkle Band! Everyone applauded as the curtain opened, revealing Twilight and the others ready to rock and roll. Twilight counted the band off. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. and they started playing. Sweet music, ooh, sweet music, that's what I hear when you appear. Music, ooh, sweet music, I listen to when you are near. When you are gone, song just isn't there. Then your face again, music fills the air. Music, ooh, sweet music, I love the sound when you are around. Sweet music, ooh, sweet music, beautiful harmonies unbound. Oh no, our song will never die. We make sweet music, you and I. We make sweet music, you and I. And sweet music, ooh, sweet music, I love the sound when you're around. Sweet music, oh, sweet music, beautiful harmonies about. I know our song will never die. We make sweet music, you and I. We make sweet music, you and I. We make sweet music, you and I. Naturally, every pony in Camelot loved the performance. The ponies were so proud of their performance that they cheered for themselves and congratulated each other for doing such an awesome job. And they were even more happy that they all had fun together. Suddenly, Princess Celestia walked onto the stage right up to the ponies. Princess Celestia! Twilight gasped as the other ponies bowed. That won't be necessary, girls, Princess Celestia said. The ponies put themselves at ease. Well, my little ponies, said the princess, I can see that you all had fun on that stage. We sure did, said Twilight. Yeah, we had a blast, cheered Rainbow Dash. Woo! Cheered Pinkie. Well, I'm glad you did, said the princess, because my sister and I both agreed that of all the acts that performed, we love yours the best. Really? The ponies all gasped in shock. We would be honored that you ponies decided to form a band together and come to this event. To tell you the truth, every year's Battle of the Bands is always boring, so I figured you six would partake in it to liven things up, and I'm not surprised that you did. Thank you all. Well, Princess, said Twilight, if there is one pony, or should I say dragon, that you should thank, it would have to be our band manager, Spike. It was all his idea. Aw, shucks, Spike said, blushing. Princess Luna joined the group. One question, though, Twilight said. What exactly are these bands competing for anyway? Yeah, Princess, Rainbow Dash asked. What do we win? The same thing every band wins every year, said Princess to explain. Since you fillies are new to this event, said Luna, the winning band of every Battle of the Band will get to perform at a special event that Camelot holds up until the next battle. The ponies all gasped. You hear that, girls? asked Twilight. We're famous! They all cheered with excitement. The next day, when all the ponies returned to their homes in Ponyville, Twilight began writing her letter to Princess Celestia. Dear Princess Celestia, thank you so much for inviting me and my friends to the Battle of the Bands. Not only did I have a great time, but I also learned a valuable lesson about friendship. I learned that having friends is a wonderful thing, but when you and your friends work together as a team, the friendship connection can grow even stronger. I hope you invite us to next year's Battle of the Bands, because we really want to perform at the next one. Your faithful student, Twilight Sparkle.